Radio Connection Live News Brief, week of April 27th, 2026. I'm Jared Reimer in your LA studios, and this is Radio Connection Live. I am Jared with your in-depth look at what's happening across the radio and media industry this week. We begin with a major developing story that could reshape the entire audio landscape. According to Bloomberg, iHeartRadio is in early stage talks involving a potential merger with SiriusXM. While no deal has been finalized, even the possibility of these two companies joining forces is significant. iHeartRadio remains the largest owner of radio stations in the United States and operates the iHeartRadio platform, while SiriusXM dominates the satellite radio space with subscription-based programming, exclusive content, and a strong presence in podcasting. If a merger were to move forward, it would create a massive audio powerhouse spanning broadcasting, radio, satellite radio, streaming, and digital audio. Analysts say this could strengthen their ability to compete with companies like Spotify and Apple, but it would also likely face intense regulatory scrutiny due to the combined market influence. For now, discussions are ongoing, but this is a story with potentially industry-changing impact. Next, we turn to sports broadcasting, where a notable shift is underway. The Boston Red Sox are reportedly planning an in-season move of their radio broadcasts to WWBB in Providence. Mid-season flagship changes are uncommon, but they can happen due to contract changes, signal considerations, or strategy adjustments. For fans in Rhode Island, the move could impact how easily games are received, depending on coverage and format adjustments at WWBB. It's another example of how even long-established teams continue to adapt their distribution strategies in a changing media environment. In programming news, syndication continues to expand into major markets. The Fred Show, hosted by Christopher Fred Fredericks, is set to launch in both Baltimore and Washington, D.C. Originally based at WKSC FM, The show has grown into a widely distributed morning program. Its expansion into these new markets reflects the continued demand for personality-driven content that can be scaled across multiple cities. At the same time, it highlights an ongoing industry conversation about balancing syndicated programming with local voices, something that continues to shape how stations build their lineups. In Buffalo, a familiar format is making a return. WEBR has revived The Breeze, bringing back a softer adult contemporary format designed for at-work listening. The Breeze has proven successful in multiple markets by offering a more relaxed alternative to higher energy formats. Its return suggests that there's still strong demand for stations that prioritize mood and consistency over intensity. Meanwhile, in Richmond, a new country format is making its debut. Neon Country has launched, signaling a new modern take on the country format. While still developing, the branding suggests a focus on contemporary hits and a more lifestyle-oriented presentation aimed at a younger audience or listeners. The text says younger listeners, but you could definitely take that to mean a younger audience. So it's all good. This reflects a broader evolution within country radio, where stations are experimenting with sound, branding, and audience targeting to stay competitive. In Atlanta, major talent changes are taking place at one of the nation's most prominent urban stations. WVEE V103 has announced a series of lineup upgrades. Francesca Amiker joins the station, bringing a background in television and digital media. Veteran host Frank Ski returns, reconnecting with a station where he has long been a key figure. And DJ Sturgis takes over nights, marking a continued commitment to live and local programming during evening hours, something many stations have reduced in recent years. These moves reinforce WVEE's focus on personality-driven radio and maintaining strong ties to its community. Finally, we bring it back to Florida, where sports and radio continue to intersect in new ways. Beasley Media Group has added broadcasts of the Tampa Bay Rowdies to its Florida Alumni Radio platform. This move reflects a broader trend of diversifying how games are distributed, reaching fans through both traditional and specialized channels. In a market like Tampa Bay, where sports rights are increasingly spread out across multiple outlets, it highlights how accessibility is expanding even as distribution becomes more fragmented. And as we wrap up this week, a bigger picture comes into focus. From potential mega mergers to format revivals, syndicated expansion, and evolving sports partnerships, the audio industry continues to transform every level. Radio is no longer just local, and streaming is no longer separate. It's all part of a connected ecosystem, competing for listeners' time and attention. For Radio Connection Live, that's the story we'll continue to follow. I'm Jared, and that's your Radio Connection Live news brief for the week of April 27th, 2026. From your Los Angeles studios, I'm Jared Reimer, and now back to your Tampa Bay studios in Tampa, Florida. Here's hopefully not soggy, but hopefully not so boiling, Jamie T.